Hey, my name is Michael, and I try to make educational, informative, and entertaining content here on YouTube. So if you like, especially vintage motorcycles, then you may very much like my channel. I'm going to start pushing out more long-form content like this, and hopefully it will help somebody out. So you have a random carburetor and you're not too sure what it goes to or what kind of carburetor it is. I have found myself in this predicament quite a bit because I typically buy carburetors in bulk. I usually buy a tote at a time, so I have no idea what bikes they came off. I don't know anything about it. Now some of them are labeled in what I've got. This one is not labeled. It is not a Chinese carb. It's got the actual Mikuni markings on it. Sometimes those markings will tell you exactly what it's for in a roundabout way, but I don't believe that to be the case on this one. I have zero idea what it comes off of. We can use our context clues a little bit to assume that it's going to be a non-Honda, but still probably Japanese V-twin of some type. We can tell this in a couple of ways. One, just the overall design of the carburetor. There's a lot going on here. You'll notice on a lot of the older carburetors, there's really nothing going on. And even with some of the newer trail bike, dirt bike carburetors, there's really nothing going on. But you can see there's a decent bit. It is a vacuum carb, so that in and of itself puts it at least in the 80s or so. Not that they didn't exist beforehand, but just common practice and all that. It is a Mikuni, so I'm going to immediately rule out that it's a Honda of any type. It's probably going to be a Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki. Honda almost exclusively use key-ins. So I'm going to say it is a motorcycle and not a four-wheeler because this little knob here is your idle adjustment knob. And on a four-wheeler, you very likely wouldn't be able to get to this. Now, that doesn't mean it's impossible for it to be a four-wheeler, but I don't think it is. I'm going to show you how I positively identify them because I myself want to sell these carburetors if I don't have a use for them, and I don't have a use for them. It's always good to have some as parts, but this is a good set that can go to somebody that probably needs it. And it looks like a good set. I don't see any damage on it or anything like that, but off the top of my head, I don't think I have a use for it. So let's try to identify it. This is going to be, if you have no idea what it could have possibly come off of, everything that I've said so far is just an inference that I've drawn based on what I'm looking at and my experience with it. I could be very wrong in every single one of those, but right now, my money, I got 10 bucks on Japanese V-twin. I really want to say Yamaha of some kind. I really don't know why. I want to. So the way that I am going to identify the carbs, one is obviously the numbers on the side. We're talking about the numbers. So that's one thing that you can do is if the numbers are readily visible like they are on the side, then you can absolutely just pop those into Google and see what comes up. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so already we've got a hit here. So all I did was I searched those numbers in Google. That's all I did. They're just numbers from the side of the carb. And it comes up to that, which is promising because those are just random numbers and letters in Google, and they've come up to something motorcycle related. So Dennis Kirk is coming up, 2005 XVS 1100, XVS 1100. So it can be just that simple. And it's coming up to the California model, which is kind of depressing. But one thing that's kind of ironic about that, I actually have one in the shop, in the garage right now. This is a 2009, but it is that model. And I have not had to deal with the carbs yet. They're actually very hidden in here. I'm sorry, it's kind of dark over here. But that kind of looks a little similar. Again, they're very hidden in here. This cover isn't really covering anything. There's an airbox base right there, so I cannot really see the carbs, but I would venture to say they're probably about the same carb. With that being said, well, what if there's no numbers readily visible on the side of the carb? So let's say, for instance, that those numbers didn't come up to anything. Because this has happened to me before. I've typed in those numbers and it's of no help whatsoever. It just so happened that I got it on the first Google search on this one. But let's say that you've tried that and it doesn't work. Well, as we're going to go here to the top of the carb, and this is an almost surefire bulletproof way if all else fails. Also, one thing worth mentioning, I don't think I have any good examples here right now. I took most of the carbs I have to storage, but a lot of times different shops, if they get a carb set that they end up replacing or whatever, they'll actually write in marker on the cap what it is. So if it's ever been through a shop or somebody just did that, that's also possible. So make sure you check the top of the caps. Some people will tag them. I personally tag mine to make it easy. But now what I'm going to do, and this is easy. It doesn't require any parts to do this. And luckily this just has 2 screws, so it's actually going to be pretty good. Take this. This is a plastic cap. And then you have what we came here for. I get the needle. Now, why would I care about the needle? This is going to be insanely difficult to show on camera. Let me turn it. Okay. You see there's really tiny numbers there. These are very bike specific in my experience. I have not come across 2 that were the same. And if you have some sort of book you can reference this with, go ahead, by all means. I'm using my phone because that's what I have on me. It's convenient. I'm going to type in this number. And interestingly enough, the manual for the V-Star 1100 comes up. And this is also, it's hard to tell, V-Star shop manual 99-07. It comes up to YamahaStarBike.com. So by searching up that part number, it brought me to that bike. So now I'm going to go to Partzilla. Motorcycle 2005. I'm going to go down to, not the Roadstar. There we go, V-Star 1100. We'll do the classic. They should all have the same carburetor. The difference is going to be in a California model. The carburetor assembly. So basically everything, of course it's unavailable. That makes sense. But this is the important part because this is the OEM Yamaha part number. And look, we found one, and you can usually get a good idea of what years it fits. So with that, we've determined that this carburetor set goes to a 2005 V-Star 1100. So now that that is said and done, we're going to clean up our mess. Took this washer off, so make sure to put it on right back where it goes, especially on this because this is a metering stick for the fuel. And that is why these numbers matter so much on this needle, is because very rarely do different vehicles share the same fuel consumption needs. I mean exactly the same. So those numbers, and I am not qualified at all to explain the difference in those numbers, but the numbers have something to do with the length before the taper, the amount of taper, how long the taper actually is, how sharp the needle point is, because again it's a metering rod, so the type of shape dictates how much or how little fuel you'll get at any given time. And because they are trying to optimize power out of this particular machine, and a needle is not a terribly expensive part to make, all things considered, then they really just make them more or less unique. Now there are absolutely bikes out there, I'm sure, that share multiple, or that share a needle with another bike. I'm almost positive there would have to be. But for the most part, they're decently bike specific. And even if you have one that's used in multiple models, well, let's say that this needle was used in a YZ250, and it's also used in the V-Star 1100, and it's also used in the Honda Goldwing. Well, I can tell you with certainty that this is not a YZ125 carb, and I can tell you with certainty that it's not a Honda Goldwing carb. So that kind of leaves just one option. You're going to have to do a little bit of investigation. It's not the easiest process in the world, and you can get really lucky or really unlucky sometimes, and that's just part of it. So if you have a carburetor that looks exactly like this, it is to a V-Star 1100. And again, the irony in me having one in the shop right now is just uncanny. So now that we have positively identified the carburetor, we've done pretty much everything. So we made an inference based on the carburetor itself and our previous knowledge. We used the numbers on the side to identify it. We used the number off of the needle to identify it. And we ended up looking at parts diagrams, going onto eBay, and was able to find a picture to positively identify it. And now I have labeled it for what it is. Now this is for an 05, that's what it says, but it should fit a 99 to 2009 based on the research that I have done with them. So at the end of the day, I do hope this video helped you. Even if you don't have a 2005 Yamaha XVS 1100. Then hopefully this should be of some guidance to you if you have done what I do and buy carburetors in bulk, whether you just found a set laying in the garage, maybe you got some with a bike that obviously doesn't go to that bike. Hopefully this will help you identify it. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but it can be pretty tedious and it can be kind of challenging. It just depends on the specific carburetor set. So with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you liked the video, if you did get some use out of it, I would really urge you to like, comment, and subscribe if you like to see this sort of stuff, because if you like it and comment on it, it shows engagement and YouTube will push it up in the algorithm towards other people who may be having the same issue. So thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a good one.